So, have you heard the exciting news about SSI? For many Supplemental Security Income recipients, some positive changes are happening. These changes become effective September 30th, 2024, and we're really excited about them. Navigating the complexities of SSI can be really challenging, but staying informed about these updates is crucial to maximizing your benefits. In today's video, we're going to break down the latest SSI updates and explain how they can positively affect you. We'll make sense of what's changing and what it means for your financial future. So let's dive in. So the first big change is how ISM is being calculated. So what is ISM? So ISM stands for In-Kind Support and Maintenance. The idea is that SSI was set up initially to pay for a person's food, clothing, and shelter. Now it's about $1,183 a month in California. Federally, it's about $943 a month, but California supplements theirs a little bit. So can you imagine living off $1,183 a month? I mean, some of you do, and it's not enough. But here's where it gets worse. If the government believes that somebody else is paying for your food, clothing, or shelter, then they deduct 1/3 of that amount, 1/3 of the federal amount of $943 a month, because they think you don't need the full amount anymore because somebody else is helping to pay for stuff. So for example, in California, instead of getting the $1,183 a month, they'll deduct $314 a month. So now you're getting $868 a month if you have that ISM deduction. Wow. I mean, these are pennies we're talking about, but it's so important. Now, just to let you know, clothing was removed from the ISM definition in 2005. So we're not worried about somebody else helping to pay for your clothing anymore. And one of the big changes to ISM is that food is no longer considered as an ISM deduction. It doesn't count as unearned income anymore. So this is really great news for several reasons. If you're an SSI recipient, you don't have to keep track now of all of your payments for food. Who's paying for your food? Where's the money coming from? Where are you buying it? It's a lot less paperwork, which we're always a fan of. And your SSI check shouldn't vary month to month, just depending on who bought what kind of food for you. So that's good news. The next great news is how rental payments are calculated. So in order to avoid an ISM deduction, an SSI recipient needs to pay all of their shelter expenses. And there are 9 items related to shelter that could lead to an ISM deduction. And here they are. There's paying the mortgage, paying property taxes of the property that you live in, paying your rent, paying gas for the house, heating fuel, electricity, water, garbage, and sewer. So if anyone else is paying those components, you get dinged for the ISM deduction. But let's focus on that rent for a second, okay? How do they calculate how much rent you need to pay? So under the old rule, before September 30th, 2024, an SSI recipient had to pay the current market rate, the going rate of rent in their area. And this is officially called the current market rental value, or CMRV. Let's say somebody's living with their parents in Palo Alto, California, which is in Silicon Valley, and it's like the most expensive place in the universe, okay? In this area, it could cost $800 or $1,000 a month just to rent a room in somebody's house. So the current fair market value of that room could be $800 or $1,000 a month. Are we expecting an SSI recipient to pay their entire SSI check almost to their parents to avoid the ISM deduction? Well, that's crazy. But now, under the new rule, no matter where an ISM recipient lives, even in Palo Alto, the amount of rent the SSI recipient needs to pay to avoid an ISM deduction is $334 a month. That's it. This is referred to as the presumed maximum value, or PMV. This change basically took place because there were several court cases and rule changes all around the US that applied the presumed maximum value, and SSA decided to apply that uniformly all around the US. So now we all get to benefit from the court cases that were brought beforehand. So thank you so much to the petitioners of those cases who helped to make the rental amount lower for everybody.
Hey everyone! If you like my mom's video, like, and subscribe.
Now, keep in mind, avoiding an ISM deduction is not just rent, but it's those other 8 things that I had mentioned there, okay? But rent is a biggie, and so that might help you to avoid the ISM deduction. You have to pay less in rent and you get to keep more of your SSI check to yourself. Okay, another change is that the definition of a public assistance household has been changed. Under the old rule, to receive SSI, all of the members of a household had to be receiving public assistance. Now, under the new rule, you only need the SSI recipient and one other member of the household to receive means-tested public benefits. And that could include food stamps. So it's easier to qualify as a public benefits household. Also, the rules on overpayment recovery have changed. Under the old rule, if SSI thought that they had made an overpayment to you, they would withhold the entire SSI recipient's check, 100% of it, until they sorted out what had happened or they felt like it was repaid, and that could take months and months. This is true even if SSA was mistaken and there was no overpayment. Now, under the new rules, SSA only withholds 10% of your check if they think that an overpayment has been made. So it still leaves you with 90% of your check, still not a ton of money, but it leaves you with much more to be able to live on as they're trying to reconcile the overpayment and pay it off. So again, this is all very good news. We want to give big props to Martin O'Malley. He's the commissioner of the Social Security Administration, and he's really spearheaded these changes to help more low-income families access SSI and remove barriers from the eligibility process. Thank you, Mr. O'Malley. So if you're currently receiving SSI, or maybe you've been denied SSI because of one of the components that we've described in this video, we encourage you to reach out to your local Social Security Administration and try to adjust your SSI payments or reapply. Please note that our office does not assist in public benefits applications. We specialize in special needs planning, estate planning, and trust administration, but we wanted to get this information to you because we thought it's so important. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone. If you liked my mom's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you all next time.